and he had another 1,000-yard season a couple years after that. So six, he had 6, 7 seasons. That's the way you have to look at it. He had 6, 7 seasons. So
Why
okay,
you?
Odell. Oh, I'm just saying. I was just
Why you
saying, man.
saying it like that's like 2 years, like
Right?
six?
No,
There's
no,
no
no.
association. I don't
No.
affiliate with pigs. Like,
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the 1 a.m. podcast. I am Rashad Milligan, joined by my co-host Jelani Easley and Mo Knows. Fellas, how you guys doing today?
Doing well, man.
You know, making it, doing what I can, making it work, how I go, and all that good stuff. I tried to make it flow, but
I was going to say it sounded like
it's I was in that mode. You know, I was in that mode. If you know, you know. But man, I guess just first things first. I guess we could go with the NFL this past weekend. How is everybody? How are you guys doing in fantasy? First of all,
I didn't even play fantasy this year.
You didn't play fantasy this year?
No, it was the first time. I ain't played in like 2 or 3 years now, I think.
What went into that decision?
It wasn't even like no moral decision to not do it. It like sneaks up. You know what happened? 1 year I did my draft too early. Like I was too thirsty for football. I did it in late July, and then my team, I want to say somebody got injured or something like that. And then just after that, I just kind of keep waiting too long and just end up not doing it. How y'all doing now?
Shoot, man. So this the first year that we did a dynasty league. Cause I've been doing fantasy football with the same group for about, I think like 7 years now. So we went ahead and did a dynasty league. So we got 2 different leagues going. My dynasty league is 2-0. They doing solid. I got Kyler Murray on there. I got OBJ, but I don't really know how. I'm just waiting for him to come back, but I'm hoping that his connection with Baker, pans out this season because, the last couple of years, he ain't really been doing nothing. And, I think for his career's sake, when he comes back, like, he needs to kind of really erupt because he only had, really 2 solid seasons, of superstar wide receiver level.
Yeah, he's kind of like a running back.
Why you say that? Oh, just like
the peak is short, he on top of the world and then, it's gone.
Yeah. Nah, that's a fact. Like if he stays at the level that he's currently at, do you feel like how will he be talked about like 10 years from now?
I think go ahead, Jelani.
No, I mean it's hard to say because okay, we're just saying for this hypothetical situation, if he never goes back to, let's say his peak was like 2014 through 2018. I want to say he had that first injury with the Giants where he missed most of the season. Was that 2019, I believe?
Nah, that was like 2018, 20.
Was last year's first or second season with the Browns?
That was his second season. So yeah, so that was actually probably 2017, the first time he got injured with the Giants. And then, that was his second season with the Browns last season.
Okay, so yeah. So yes, through like 2017. So that was 14 season, 15 season, 16 season, 17 season. He came out the gate and was like immediately like a top 5 receiver, like came on the scene immediately. So it's like you said, it is like a running back. Like you don't really see that often. Even Julio, I don't even think he had 1,000 yards his first year. He had like 900 or something like that. So
he was also sharing, Gonzalez and
right. Yeah. I would be remembered as one of the best receivers of his. It's hard to say because it was such a short run, like 4 years. If he does, you know what I mean. If he never gets back to that level, it's hard for me to say what his legacy would be. Will future generations, they might just remember him because he was. People had the Odell haircut and the one catch. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He was impactful in pop culture outside of what most football players are.
Facts.
I would say, like a Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson had his run, was outside, but you look back on it and you're like, Chad Johnson was like just good, really good for a couple years, and then the rest of his career, he just kind of lived off his name. You know, when you think about when he went to the Patriots, when he went to the Dolphins, when he went to, you know, whoever the heck at the end of his career. And he was kind of like cruising off of his name. So, I mean, everybody knew he was talented and he had a couple of good, really good years. But for the most part, it was his personality and his celebrity that kind of kept him afloat for a few years. And it's the reason why people will remember him in a decade.
Facts. I feel that. How your fantasy team doing, Rashad?
Jelani, I think he wanted to say something about the Ocho Cinco comment.
I don't know if I could agree with that Ocho take. I feel like he was a little disrespectful to Ocho. You know what I mean? Like you made it seem like he had like 2 or 3 years where he was hot. Like like a good, good like 6 or 7 seasons. He was in the league from like 2001 to 2012. That's when the headbutt incident happened with Evelyn, and then the Dolphins let him go. But yeah, he had like a good like 6 or 7 years when he was a top 5 to 10 receiver.
Yeah, 6-time Pro Bowler. He got 10,000. He got 11,000 career yards.
Say over 10,000. He had a respectable career.
Yeah, you know, so he had a. Yeah, I can't agree with. He only had a couple years.
He had 7 years, 6 years in a row where he was over 1,000 yards, and then he had another 1,000-yard season a couple years after that. So 6. He had 6, 7 seasons. That's the way you have to look at it. He had 6, 7 seasons. So Odell. Oh, I was just saying, man.
You stated like that's like 2 years. Like
right? No. It's not. You know. Okay. So now Odell. Okay, I'm looking right now. Okay, Odell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had 5 1,000-yard seasons. This is the same thing as Ocho Cinco, bro.
Almost. Like
it's the same thing.
But I feel you. Like I still think, you know, Ocho Cinco, but yeah, they both. But nah.
And how many playoff games did Cincinnati win in that span?
Yeah, I mean, but I do feel OBJ more acclaimed than like a Ocho Cinco. I think if anything, they'll say like if he doesn't come back and really hit like the superstar level again, they're probably gonna think that he never really recovered from the injury or something, you know, and he'll just be a player that could have been, and you know he was still solid. So I think he's gonna be, his legacy is still kind of straight. Now that I really kind of think about it, because you said 5 seasons of 1,000 yards or more, and that's, you know, was that including his rookie year?
Yeah, his rookie season he had 1,300.
Yeah, 1,300. Then he only
got here at the yards his rookie year
because he was hurt to start the year. So how many games did he play?
His rookie year, he played 12 games. He started in 11.
Bruh. All right.
he averaged 108 yards per game. That's his career high, his rookie season.
Dang. Yeah, Eli was. Oh, did y'all watch the game on Monday?
No, I saw like a clip on social media of like one joke that Eli told Peyton, but that was it. And then I saw the highlights of their first game calling together, but I didn't realize until after the game. I was like, oh dang, they did it again. I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah.
I saw when they did the Ravens Raiders game.
How were they?
Say it again.
I was asking, how were they?
Oh no, it was dope. They had like certain guests come through, like maybe like they might be a fucking quarter or something like that. It was just interesting to see because you're watching it's like 2 dudes discuss football, but they clearly like they know more about football than anybody else that watching the game, you know what I mean? So it's like things that like as a normal person, even if you call yourself like one of these like football nerds or whatever, you don't see what they see. Like they just see it on a different level than anybody else.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of that OBJ conversation, I feel like Todd Gurley is the one that's gonna be like 10 years from now is gonna be crazy to look back on because that was so Like even we knew that he had some knee injuries and things like that. I didn't expect his career to be like we're going into week 3 right now. I don't think he's on a team. And
Yeah.
he's what, like 27, 28?
Yeah, and you got teams like the Ravens and the 49ers losing running backs every week, and they ain't even looking at Todd Gurley.
But then even look at the Ravens, like Le'Veon Bell, he just a couple years ago was an MVP. Like the running backs, the stuff like a running back is so,
Do you,
so quick.
do you think Le'Veon messed up his career by taking that break?
I don't know. I feel like he might not get the. It's messed up because after that break he went to the Jets and Adam Gase was a terrible coach. So it's kind of like he might have been able in a better situation. He might have had a better year after that. But it's like after that year, he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt no more.
Yeah. Nah, that's a fact.
I don't know, man. I feel like, it kind of just goes back to the shelf life of running backs. You look at Chris Johnson to have like the greatest season ever, for running backs. And, then a couple of years later, he's in Arizona and it's like, who is this guy? He's trash. But the thing with Gurley wasn't bad last year with the Falcons. I mean, he wasn't Todd Gurley of 2014, but he wasn't bad. And I think that's kind of like what is so surprising about this, especially when you see a guy like, all due respect, but a guy like Devontae Freeman get chance after chance after chance. How's Freeman getting chances over Gurley? Like, I've seen both of them in recent years with the Falcons on a week-to-week basis, and Gurley looked way better on a week-to-week basis than what Devontae Freeman was looking like towards the tail end of his stint with the Falcons.
There's no telling how bad the arthritis is, Like, because, I don't think he got any type of bone marrow on there. So, I mean, you got to think, like, because even with the Falcons games, he had to, be limited. He couldn't really be out there. And, it's crazy. I wonder, were they aware of this in L.A. when he was out there? I'm about to say St. Louis. But, I wonder, were they aware of this? Because they worked him like crazy his first few years. Like, he was doing everything. So I wonder, like, were they aware of this, or was this just kind of a result of them putting all this workload on him? Because he was looking at like 30 touches a game.
Yeah, I just think the human body, like even if you have arthritis or if you don't have arthritis, I just think the human body not meant to, no matter how good a shape you're in or how buff you are, whatever, like to take that pounding against other 6 foot plus, 200 plus pound grown men just
Right.
over and over and over, it wears down on you. Which is why I'm not wishing for injury or nothing like that. Obviously, I want to see him be healthy the whole year, but I'm kind of scared for Derrick Henry a little bit because he's had like 2 years in a row of I think like 300 plus carries.
Yeah.
I want to say he had like 35 carries this week against Seattle.
Right.
So we'll see. Hopefully he holds up.
But that's one thing I'm curious about, because he's just so different than any other person who's ever played running back, for real. Like, he's like a whole linebacker out there. So I wonder, them linebackers, like a Ray Lewis, they go through a lot of contact as well. So maybe with him being built like that, he can last a little bit. But he's what, 28, 29?
27. Derrick Henry, he graduated the same year as us.
Oh, Derrick Henry? Oh,
yeah.
My bad. I thought we were talking about Todd Gurley still.
Derrick Henry like 26, I'm saying. 26 or 27.
Okay. Dang, he was from our class?
Yeah, he graduated 2013.
Dang.
I ain't 27.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, he could just have, he could have another like solid like 5 years in him of, I don't know about, he can't go 300 carries in a season consistently. That's a lot though.
Wait, have you ever seen his high school stats?
Yeah. Oh, he's got the craziest high school tape probably in football history.
Yeah, like 4,000 yards as a senior.
This kid was 2013. Like, I mean, like I know Jelani just said that, but it's like, that is kind of wild to think about. He's 20.
Hey, this is a little bit off topic, but I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, do y'all think Tom Brady's on HGH? I've been thinking, like, because I don't know if y'all remember, this is like, I want to say this was Peyton Manning's last year or right before his last year when he got caught mailing the HGH to his crib in his wife's name. And the NFL just kind of like, yeah, we're just not going to talk about that one.
Right.
Gotta protect the golden boy.
Yeah, but that just happened to be the year where he completely fell off. Like, this dude was throwing 50 touchdowns a year post-neck surgery, and then the next year it was like he can't throw a pass downfield anymore.
Right. Nah, that's a fact because he fell over the cliff hard. But I mean, I could see it with Tom Brady. It's like something just ain't normal. I'm like, bro, you don't look like you missed a beat like at all.
He looks better than he did this last year in New England 2 years ago.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You can blame it on that Florida weather, I guess. But I'm like, it shouldn't be doing this because he's out there looking like he's mobile, not super mobile, but he can move around, And then he's throwing the ball is tight, it don't look like there's anything wrong, but he might be going over to Europe getting them that blood fusion or something.
It's the fountain of youth. That's Florida. That's what we learned in school. One of the 5 things we learned in school.
Right.
Yeah, I just think, and I'm not even trying to be controversial with this, I wouldn't be shocked if, like, Brown was one of my favorite players growing up. I wouldn't be shocked if he was – I'm not saying he on, like, the Barry Bonds, like, crazy steroids like that, like the Jose Canseco, but I do think he might be on something that technically might not be on the acceptable list, but it's like if the NBA – if we found out tomorrow LeBron was, like, on – just say hypothetically was on steroids, like the NBA, they wouldn't be able to really market itself like that. So it's like, I'm not finna suspend my top player for this, you know what I mean?
Well, that was just about what I was about to ask, was the LeBron thing, because a lot of people say that in the NBA side of, like, LeBron year 20 still, looking like he's 18, you know what I'm saying? It's LeBron on HGH and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know, man. You always think about Lance Armstrong when, he was coming back from cancer treatment, and they're like, how does he do it? He just got a remission. And, it came out. It's because of steroids. You can't do that. It's not humanly possible. He needed the help. So, when you see this Tom Brady thing, that's certainly a possibility. But you also have to look at, like, the team. Like, Tom Brady, yes, he is Tom Brady, blah, 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 blah. But, like, when he went down to Tampa, he put together a super team. Watching that Falcons game, I'm like, bro, they got Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, they got Josh Lee, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it hurts that you have, like, some of the greatest receivers of their generation on your kind of roster in your fold, too. They have O.J. Howard as a backup, bro. Like, that's insane to me.
And then possibly the best defense in the league for the second straight year. And they return all 22 starters, I believe. Like, that's crazy.
And and on the other end of that, Matt Ryan, noodle arm, he's kind of had it for the past couple of years, and he's made it work or whatnot and stuff. But I mean, now it's just like it's just tough. It's just tough, and you kind of feel for Matt, not all the way because he's still getting paid, but he's getting hit a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's just tough. Like, and it's just dumb planning by the Falcons and Terry Fontenot. Like, shout out to my boy David Shealy. He just takes it. He's gonna start calling Terry Forex because he's a scam. And, but it's just like it's ridiculous, bro. Like, why did you not take a quarterback for the future? I don't get it at all.
Yeah. I don't know with Matt.
Especially with him being from Atlanta. Especially he's a hometown kid. It's like if he's bad, he's bad. I can live with that. But if you don't even give it a chance and you draft some quarterback in a draft that isn't as loaded with quarterbacks as this past year's was, it's just a perfect opportunity, and they fumbled it back. Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, nah. I feel with Matt, man. It's been, as you said, for a couple of years, the noodle arm, just the fact that I feel like when I watch him play, for him to be within the top, 10 to 15 quarterbacks in the league, he throws the least tight spiral. It's just like when you look at it, it looks like it's just floating, And I just feel with his decision making for a minute has been bad. I think, did we talk about that on the last pod? No, I don't think so.
You might have a little bit.
Like,
yeah, I felt like we were talking about mostly just the black quarterbacks last pod.
Yeah, I feel with Matt Ryan, as I said, with his decision making, Kyle Shanahan was able to kind of help that. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But just regardless, like, and you just see it another week, right? Like, it's just like, man, those interceptions, they ain't complete. They're not really his fault. Well, like, I feel the first one kind of was.
One of them was. The second one wasn't his fault.
Yeah, the second one, but it's just like, dang, that's just so typical. I feel like when he first started, he was Matty Ice, always coming back. It was 4 quarters. I felt like this man was always going to bring us back. Now I'm just like, I feel like every time he's going to lose us the game. Like, I need Matt to just do the right thing at this point. But how you feel, Jelani?
Yeah, I mean, just time is moving. This is his 14th season.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just not 25 no more. He's 36. Like, it's like I said, we just brought up Tom Brady. Like, I ain't even mean to make that joke. Yeah, he's 36. You know what I'm saying? But we just brought up Tom Brady. Like, everybody's not gonna be that. Like, we're gonna have some quarterbacks that just age naturally, like how old quarterbacks used to age. It used to be, once a quarterback got to be 33, 34, 35, the body started to decline and they ended up, retiring at a certain point. Everybody's not going to be Brady. Even Breeze really should have retired.
Yeah.
Really the year that they lost to the Rams, like, after that, it was pretty much a wrap in the last 2 years. He was just kind of just putting it together. Big Ben is washed. He could barely throw the ball.
No, but look, Jelani, I thought Brady was done when his last play with the Patriots was a pick six. I said, it's over for Brady when he threw that pick six.
Yeah, but his arm never looked as cooked as what Matt or Breeze or Big Ben look right now. It's like a baseball pitcher. It's like after you only got so many throws before your arm is just, you can't do that for your whole life.
Right.
It's just hurt. I don't like. It's weird to talk about somebody who, like, I think we was in like 8th grade when Matt Ryan came in the league. Like,
yeah, 8th grade.
It's weird to see somebody that's been there for as long as that point in my life, to know that the end is near.
Yeah.
We, like, at most, realistically, even if he's not with us, it's like 2 or 3 more seasons at this point.
Look, LeBron, man.
Right.
LeBron, I did the Larry Bird thing, Larry Bird reaction. And then, I said in the reaction that Larry Bird was the greatest small forward of all time until the summer of 2016. And it's a bunch of people that's like, LeBron could never do. LeBron could never. I was like, dude, like, I don't think people, and I say it all the time, but like, LeBron was drafted when I was 8 years old. So he was probably drafted. Y'all were probably 8 too, or 7. LeBron was drafted when we were 7, 8 years old, bruh. He's still doing this junk right now.
Yeah.
I don't think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the only other player to do that at the level that LeBron's producing. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and LeBron James. That's it. Like, no one has done – this has never been done before. This is crazy. And I'm not even the biggest LeBron fan, but the longevity – like, you know what I'm saying? You got to – what Matt Ryan is going through is just normal, like Jelani was saying. But Drew Brees and Big Ben and all these jokers, it's normal. Like, it's just Father Time is undefeated. This is LeBron stuff. This Tom Brady stuff. This is some different stuff, bro. I don't get it at all. I guess steroids. That's the answer. Yep. So to answer your question, Jelani, yeah, it's steroids.
I mean, I don't want to just blanketly say like that they are on steroids, but I'm just saying, I just think like maybe it's just because as you get older, you start to realize the importance of what TV and entertainment playing these sports.
Roger Clemens. Remember, Jelani? Roger Clemens was, 50 thrown with the Yankees? He still got it, the Roger Clemens.
Right.
And then, a week later, he's in the, I did not take steroids, period. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's steroids. Go ahead, Jelani.
Like I said, if you're the commissioner of the NBA or the commissioner of the NFL and Tom Brady tests positive or LeBron tests positive, I'm not messing up our brand like that. Like that's like if Vince McMahon back in the day, if like Stone Cold or The Rock had tested positive or something, like, no, I'm not suspending our main star. Like, some people get exceptions. You know what I mean?
Well, question for you, because my friend, shout out Zach Hood, he had this theory last year. He's like, do you think LeBron really stayed in the bubble the entire 2 months or the entire 4 months?
I mean, I would think so. I don't, like I said, I know he get like his privileges. I don't think he'd add like that he had like a secret jet plane on like the Disney grounds or something like Epcot, and then he snuck out and I don't think he could do all that. If he wanted to, he probably would have just, if he really wanted to, he would have just took like the Lou Will approach and like, I'm gonna just do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take the little quarantine suspension and come back if he really wanted to go that route.
Right.
But would they suspend LeBron? Like, we saw it even this season when he went to the thing with Drake before the playing game.
Right.
And then Kwame called it out. And they didn't like when Kwame called that out. They said, Kwame, shut your. He said, "What? I'm just a little busted bust." Yeah, I love Kwame Brown, man. But yeah, I guess moving on now. So that was football. By the way, my fantasy team are 1-1 in both leagues. What would you want to say, Mo?
I was going to ask, I guess, with LeBron. How y'all think the Lakers going to do this season?
I think, and I just think it's a matter of how serious do they feel like taking the regular season? Like, do they want to? We've seen like the last couple of years, it used to be a thing where like teams could kind of like the super teams or whatever, they could kind of slack off in the regular season and turn it off in the postseason. But you've seen like the Clippers tried that a couple years ago, it didn't work. Golden State, even though we went to the finals, I am a Warriors fan, by the way, for those who don't know. Even though we went to the finals, KD's last year, that year they clearly didn't try their hardest in the regular season, and it not to say that played a role in getting injured or anything like that, but they weren't the same team that they had been that previous 2 years. So if they really make it an effort of like, yeah, I know we're old, but we're still gonna try to get that chemistry and put that effort in during the regular season, I think they have a squad, even if they only are like a 3 or 4 seed or something like that.
I don't see them staying healthy to make it to a finals.
You don't think so?
Nah, I'm just like, I think what we saw from LeBron last season was an outlier. I think that's just kind of how it's going to be moving forward, just to be honest. Like, because he's not, he's for years, and I think he's played hurt numerous of times, but it's just, he's a superhuman. So it's just like, he could play through it. But last season, you see he couldn't for real. And and I feel just in that playoffs, you just saw like he just can't do it. Like he can't just control a game like that, Like he could control a game, but not for 4 quarters. And so, damn. Y'all still see me?
Yeah, you good.
My bad. But yeah, I feel like he can still control a game like at moments. But that's just going to be a hard chemistry thing because, think about LeBron trying to step in, and it's like, bro, you've been trashed the first 3 quarters. Now you want to, because it's a lot of people who feel like they can. Not a lot. I wouldn't say it's just Anthony Davis and
Malik Monk, Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony. This is going to end up well.
Yeah, I mean, and with Westbrook there. If Westbrook and AD can stay healthy, then that may be it. But I think if you're having to rely on LeBron to be the old LeBron, then they're not winning finals. Like you can. I don't see them making it through the West. It's too much. Young
boys, man. Them young boys over there in Phoenix and Denver. Them jokers ain't no joke. And
Yeah.
Clippers, you know, they still going for Kawhi is still what, like 31, 32? Kawhi got a couple years left in him, so you know they're gonna take a couple swings. I think if everybody's healthy, to me it doesn't make sense. The team doesn't make sense on paper, but it's like the last time I thought that was the first time they brought in Anthony Davis, and I was like, Anthony Davis has never won anything. He's had pretty good teams in New Orleans. They didn't do anything with that, and they didn't make the team as is at the playoffs last year. They're not gonna do it, and then they won the championship. So I don't know. Like, so I'm gonna go kind of with that logic again and say they make the finals. Like you guys said, if everybody stays healthy, they make the finals. I don't think they win the championship, but I think they make the finals. And because if the Nets are healthy, then no one can beat the Nets. But the only one who could beat the Nets are themselves.
Yeah, it's all about health. I mean, 2 out of the last 3 seasons, I know it's not talked about like this, but 2 out of the last 3 seasons, LeBron has had a serious injury after going like years and years without ever having no real injuries like that. So you like I said, with Father Time, you just don't know. Like I still think we got at least 5 to 6 years before LeBron is out the league. Even if he's only like a 20, let's say he just averages like 21, 22 points, like 7, 8 assists or something like that. Like I still think he can play at that level until
waiting for Bronny.
Yeah, probably so. Speaking of, do y'all remember? This kind of goes back to the steroid topic a little bit, but like, do y'all remember Bron's first year in Cleveland? When he took like a random like 2-week vacation. Like he came in, he's like super skinny. He took like a random 2-week vacation in that fall, and then went to Miami and came back.
Nah, I don't remember that.
No, this is like I remember this. He took like a random, like he didn't have like no serious injury. He was just kind of on vacation for like a week and a half. It's like 2014.
Oh, okay. That when he came back to Cleveland.
Yeah, when he came back to Cleveland. Yeah.
Got a good memory, bro. I'm thinking 03.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. I was looking it up. Rookie year vacation.
No. It's when he came back to Cleveland. Yeah. I didn't mean to word it like that, but yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that one either. But, I'm not surprised though. Bruh, like, especially when he went back to Cleveland, he like, y'all can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
He was like, you're looking at the owner like, bro, like, because the owner was talking all that talking stuff like that. But yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I'm a captain now.
Yeah, I feel like, all right. But yeah, bro, I feel, yeah, LeBron, bro, I think he's going to do solid. I mean, they're going to do good, but I just think if you had to depend on him like that, I don't know. But, bro, you seen the Hoff twins?
The Hoff twins?
Yeah, bro, this is on a whole different subject. It's these 2 white dudes. I think they from, like Louisiana or something.
Uh-huh.
Bro, and, like, they out here. Like, they be, I don't know, they be saying, like, nigga and stuff. And they're like, yeah, just like, bro, we're not even trying to be, we're not trying to front. We're not, this is just who we are. They said, like, growing up, they just had to hook, like, every day, and, like, they earn respect in the hood. So now, they respected in their hood. They say, they do what they want.
Are they rappers or something like that? It's like social media personalities?
Nah, they did somebody did a documentary about them.
The Hoff twins. I gotta look them. Are these just like 2 random white dudes? Like, how did they get notoriety?
Like they 2 white dudes that, like, I guess as they put it, they be knocking dudes out and hitting everybody girl.
And they got famous off of this.
Yeah, like pretty much. And they say now they start rapping. I just saw they were on Adam 22, No Jumper.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yo, he be finding some wild individuals for that.
Right.
You seen the dude Crip Mac?
Yeah, bro.
Somebody say he's like a real life GTA character.
Bro, on hood.
55th Street.
Yeah, bro. I just started like probably about a month ago. I don't know what it was, but something made me watch like a no jumper interview with somebody. And then that made me, I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch a couple more. Like, because I saw who he had, and I was like, oh, you got some pretty good people on here that I actually would want to listen to. And yeah, for about the last month, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm really like into it because I feel like with Adam, he got like the dude named AD, who's like a rapper. You heard of him before?
Yeah, I seen he was on like YG's album a few years back, but I've seen some of the interviews where he's on there too. So
Yeah, like, you know, I feel like they got like a live show and stuff, and you know, it's a good little show to like watch every now and then. But he also just have crazy interviews, you know, just of the most random people. So it's like I get bored, I'll be like, you know, while I'm doing something, throw one of those on.
the thing about his interviews and DJ Vlad interviews is that they're good interviews, they're entertaining, but they'll definitely ask some cop ass shit.
Yeah,
It's like, bro, like I don't know if you know like the rapper Draco from LA.
yeah.
He had like some type of gang situation, some type of beef or whatever. He kept asking him about it. He's like, yo, so this set right here, like, are you supposed to be hanging out with these individuals? Or are you supposed to be? It's like, fam, like, I get that you're trying to be a journalist or whatever, but it's like you sound crazy asking this young black man about his gang affiliations right now as a 38-year-old white man.
Nah, for real. Like, you know, that's why I didn't want to watch your videos at first. But and I don't know if it's a recent thing. Like now he'll have AD come in on the interviews if like with any gang members. And it's like, you know, he kind of check him to be like, yeah, Adam, you shouldn't be, you know, talking about that. Stuff like that. So that's what like I was like, all right, this is a cool dynamic. Because I thought like when I first saw him, I was like, bro, this just like DJ Vlad. Like, and I'm not gonna watch Vlad. Cause that shit, all this stuff just be so scandalous. Like, it's like this person shot your cousin. How do you feel about it? It's like, what, nigga? Like, you know, little stuff that like he try to rile up beef, all this little stuff.
Yeah, he's not as bad as Vlad. Vlad is a straight up private investigator. I mean, they'd be good interviews. Don't get me wrong. Like the interviews be entertaining, but it's like you feel a little bit weird watching it because it just feels a little bit predatory. Like, bro, why are you? Like it'd be like the first question would be like, yeah, okay, so where were you born? How did you grow up? And it's like, all right, so you got shot in 2012. Like, what was the story behind that? Like, fam, like that wasn't a smooth transition at all.
Yeah, it was, and allegedly it was rapper blah blah blah.
Right, right.
Like what?
Like a whole open case. Like, bro, I can't talk about this right now.
Right.
Yeah, we just transitioned from sports talk to DJ Vlad analytics.
DJ Vlad. I was just about to ask what you guys talking about.
Hey, we just, you know what I mean? It's show business, you know.
I heard that. The show must go on. Y'all doing a good job. I appreciate it holding it down. But I guess, you know, I'll let you continue, Mo.
I was just going to say, I asked him if he heard about the Hoff twins. Have you heard about them?
Oh, yeah. The twins done did it again. Two and the beans, eh?
I gotta look them up.
Yeah, bro. I saw them on IG, and then No Jumper just did an interview with them.
Yeah, And the twins done did it again.
I'm gonna check them out.
And those are my guys, man. But I was telling, but Mo really put me on to that dude. Like I told him earlier this week, I was like, bro, like that was such a good put on. Like that's probably the best thing I've been recommended like this year. Was Andrew Callahan, the journalist. He does really good work, and that was on his channel, the Hoff Twins documentary, and that really blew them up. Because after that, you know, it was like Mo said, they're everywhere now. They just did, you know, No Jumper and stuff. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But we did y'all want to wrap it up with sports?
Did y'all talk about Jermaine Dupri already?
Oh nah.
We just before we wrap it up with sports, I know we was gonna talk about Ben Simmons real quick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's an interesting situation to me because it's like obviously we've been in as they say, like the player empowerment era probably since the decision, really since LeBron in 2010. It's just interesting for me to see somebody that shouldn't have leverage playing like they have the like you have years on your contract left. You coming off of a bad playoff performance. You had a decent season last year. Was he an All-Star last year?
He was an All-Star over Trae Young.
Oh yeah. So like you had a respectable season, but the way you play in the playoffs, this is multiple playoffs in a row where you really weren't able to be a viable offensive option for the team. And at this point, now I understand you might not want to play for Doc because of what he said after. He kind of threw you under the bus a little bit, so I get that. But it's just I'm trying to see like what does he think is going to be his best case scenario in the situation? Like you get traded to Sacramento to some depleted team, and now are you going to be the main option there? Like what is your end game?
Yeah, I don't know where he's gonna go. He said he only gonna go to the to the 3 teams in California. So he said he don't want to go to Sacramento, pretty much. Yeah,
You count them as a real team, man.
right. I don't know where he's gonna go for real. It's just because I'm thinking you're gonna end up on a trash team. There's no way because I don't see any good team that have the pieces that Daryl Morey's going to trade for. Like, I think your best bet is maybe end up on the Rockets with Jalen Green. Y'all can build. Like, if he can make it to Minnesota and play with Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns, then maybe they'll be that could be a good little fit for him. But outside of that, I don't know where you're going to go. You go to Sacramento, bro, you finna just get lost for real.
The dudes that made the playoffs since 2006, bro. Like, do you know how hard that is to, like, over half the teams in the West make the playoffs each year? Like, you only got to be just like that. That's it blows my mind that and I feel like only because they play in Sacramento and nobody really cares about them, it's not talked about enough. Like, if that was the Knicks or somebody like that.
Nah, that's a fact. Like, I don't understand with Sacramento how they're just continuously bad because you get good draft picks.
Right.
You just continuously, I guess, pick the wrong people. Well, I feel
management, ownership.
Yeah. Bagley could have been a good pickup, but, he didn't stay healthy. So
but they had, you got to think, bro. They had Tyreek Evans was Rookie of the Year. He was looking promising. He averaged 20 points his rookie year. DeMarcus Cousins turned out to be a superstar regardless of your poor management. De'Aaron Fox is one of the best young guards in the league right now. You got Buddy Hield, another promising piece and stuff like that, who you overpaid for because he wanted you to. And I don't know. It's just poor management, man. It's just poor management. Bogdanovich, as you see, he was like the second, third best player on the Hawks a lot of times. That's the team that went to the conference finals last year. It's just poor management. And, I don't think the Bagley pick was that bad because he's, all right, and he's got his nights. It's just like, excuse me, relative. Of course, everybody can play Monday morning quarterback and be like, oh, Luka and Trae, blah, blah, blah. But, it's not Sam Bowie,
Right.
It's Sam Bowie-esque. It's a little bit Bowie-esque, bro. I don't think Marvin Bagley's a bad player. I think he'll have a respectable NBA career. But it's just you're talking relative to Luka, who looks like a generational offensive player, Trae, who looks like a potential generational offensive player. Even DeAndre just went to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't pass on DeAndre though.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I'm just saying. I know they didn't pass. I'm just saying relative to the other top 5 picks, he's gonna be the one outlier that we look back on.
Yeah. Bamba?
Did Mo Bamba go 5? He did go to 5 to Orlando. Where did Jaren Jackson Jr. get picked? He's 6th? 4th? Okay.
Jaren Jackson is a good player when he's healthy.
Yeah, that's his problem. Is just health. When he stays healthy, he's a good player.
Yeah, but Mo Bamba, man. That song got that man to number 5. That's because he was
number six. Trae was number 5.
Yeah.
But I will say he was talented in college, though. But Yeah, that did not pan out at all. I don't know what the issue is out there. I mean, it just seemed like the Magic is another dysfunctional organization.
Yeah.
It's like the Jets, bro. Like the Jets, like, you know, you're like, how are you this bad every year? You get top picks and the top picks just look bad. And then, you know, it's just year after year after the Browns, it used to be like that. They finally broke through like last year. But it's always like just bad and bad and bad. And it's crazy, bro. Like bad organizations, how you can continue. The system is set up for bad organizations to not be that bad for that long. And the fact that you can kind of break that system and still be bad is actually quite impressive.
Right. I feel bad for Cole Anthony because I thought he had some promise, but I saw him in summer league this year. All them second year players, Jalen Suggs look good, but Cole Anthony and I think who's that? They got another guard out there. Not Fultz. It was another person out there, but I don't know, man. They, as you said, they figured out a way to break the system and and be trash, bro.
I mean, but the Magic, though, you do have to say they have been to the playoffs in like the past, few years and stuff.
Yeah, but it's like they're one of those playoff teams that you just like, oh, like there's no real excitement. They gonna get swept by whoever the first seed is, and they may win that first game because they may catch them off guard, but you don't really ain't no excitement there, and I think that's the issue. When there's no real excitement, when the players, you fighting for a playoff spot just to get blown out.
The Orlando Magic, they're a poverty franchise because they keep trying to make them orange jerseys happen. Like, they got to let that go, bro. Just stick with the classic Shaq, the pinstripes. Y'all I one of my biggest pet peeves is when a team has, like, really fire throwback jerseys and their current jerseys are trash and they just refuse to go back to them. Like, sometimes you just got to admit it and be like, hey, we messed this up.
The Atlanta Hawks, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to just switch it up. Like, yo, these lime green jerseys are not it. We're gonna switch the look up. You know what I mean? Say it again, my fault, bro.
I was just saying those are some of the worst jerseys I've ever seen, like of any team.
I rarely remember seeing anybody that wasn't a Hawks fan just like casually wear those jerseys around. Like, it wasn't
them joints, like the triangle, and then the thing was they tried to introduce it like you can mix match it, bro, and it never it was the dumbest thing with the red triangle jerseys and the black shorts, and then the lime green logo on the black shorts. Like it.
It's just like they were trying to appeal to middle schoolers. It's like, bro, I'm not wearing this AAU ass jersey. Like,
right.
Orlando got some AAU jerseys, but I guess that goes back to your point.
Yeah, them orange, bro. Where is orange has never been a Magic colorway. Like, where did this come out of nowhere that y'all have like these orange pinstripe jerseys now?
Yeah.
Just go back to the Shaq and Penny jersey.
For sure. I definitely agree with that. And but yeah, I mean, you got to think about all the people that came through Orlando too, like Vucevic, Oladipo, boy that used to be best friends with Boban. What's his name? Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
All them jokers. Aaron Gordon. You're talking about all-stars here, French all-stars, Evan Fournier. And it's like you had them all at one time and it didn't work. Like, what the heck happened?
Yeah.
Poor management, poor coaching. But, I guess moving on now to Versus. I love the Instagram live. Did you guys see the live, first of all?
Nah.
Between JD and Puff?
Yeah. I loved it, man. With Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
And Fat Joe.
I thought you were talking about the Instagram live version of Versus.
Oh, no.
Wait, are you talking about the Ja Rule Fat Joe version, or are we talking about JD?
No, I'm talking about it was Fat Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Snoop Dogg, Puff and JD.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw that, man, I was like, man, I love hip hop, man. Like I like that, that grimy, that the creaks and crevices, and who wrote this song and who put it. Like, I love all that, the history of it. Like, it's a lot of people nowadays, like, they try to tell you about some like fringe on the level surface. I'm like, nah, I need to get in there. And I love that Versus just kind of brought that out of, real hip hop heads and stuff like that. Anyways, just what did you guys think of that live? First of all, do you think that JD should have played a song when Diddy kept telling him to play a song, or did he do the right thing?
JD don't gotta prove himself. Like I'm seeing a lot of Jermaine Dupri disrespect. First of all, Puff is simultaneously one of the greatest and worst human beings ever walked this planet. He's definitely like one of the most important as far as like Black culture and all the fly stuff he's been a part of, like Bad Boy, Biggie, Mace, Lil Kim, all that stuff, Sean John Coleman, Making the Band. We know all the fly stuff he's done. Done a lot of bad stuff too, like a lot of bad contracts, a lot of careers that didn't go out there supposed to go. But it's like people talking about Jermaine Dupri like he's like some like underdog or like some little man. Like, bro, Jermaine Dupri, like Usher Confessions album did 10 million. Mariah Carey, she was on a decline before she got back with JD and that like We Belong Together, all that stuff, that era of her career. So we talking about that's not even counting like Crisscross, Da Brat, and like songs he's done for other people with Jay-Z, like Money Ain't a Thing. Like, people gotta stop talking about Jermaine Dupri. Like he writes all this stuff. Puff does not write all that stuff. Puff, he might say like, yeah, I don't like the way it sounds or something like that, but he's not.
He dances in the videos. That's his credits. He dances in the video.
Yeah, on choreography. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he's not the one making all these beats. He might. He's a producer because he puts everybody in the studio, but it's different than Jermaine, who's actually pressing the buttons and writing these lyrics. You know what I mean? People got to start respecting Jermaine Dupri.
Nah, that's a fact. Yeah, I agree. Like, Jermaine Dupri, I saw that one meme. It was Diddy, and he did that Spanish song, and it was like, what JD gonna do when Diddy play this? And, it's funny because I'm like, I think Jermaine Dupri, it's not really known what he's done, I feel. Like, I think people know, but
I think outside of Atlanta, because, in Atlanta, like, you think about riding on 285, headed to what was formerly Turner Field, and you see that big old So Def, and like that was standing up, 2014, 10 years past the fact that So Def was relevant on the national scale. It was still there, that big old billboard. So I think people in Atlanta definitely know So Def and Jermaine Dupri, the impact, but continue more.
No, yeah, and that's the point. I feel people in Atlanta for sure knows, but I think outside of that, it just, it doesn't really resonate as much with people, the fact of like So Def and all that stuff, because, yeah, I think that Diddy, his face is bigger, just in the sense of like when people see Diddy, he's more of a known figure, because as you say, he was right there in the videos dancing. So it's like Jermaine Dupri was in some of the videos, but it ain't the same.
Right.
But,
dude was part of Let's Get Married, bro. Jagged Edge, like where the party at, bro? Like those are like those two records bottoms up. Those are huge records. And then these are my confessions. Like those are, bro. What are we? Come on, man. I'm sorry. I'm getting worked up.
You got to talk about the songs, only the songs he wrote. You got to think Money Ain't a Thing.
Right.
That's one of my favorite songs. So
Usher, you make me wanna, like, another point. Usher was with Puff first, and he didn't blow up. Like, he was like that. He had an album before that, and then he blew up when he went to Jermaine Dupri and You Make Me Wanna and My Way and all that stuff came out. But Usher was not popping when he was with Puff.
Right.
I ain't never had nobody show me y'all the thing that you don't.
You talking about classics now? Come on.
Right.
Another classic, the Atlanta Bounce remix of Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Flames. Fire. And it might be like a deep cut. Mariah Carey Christmas songs.
I don't think I know. Maybe B103 probably played it once in December, and I just overheard it. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's like an Atlanta Bounce remix of Mariah Carey. They had like the animated video. It looked like the Proud Family. Yeah, it's a deep cut. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up.
It's definitely one of my favorite Christmas songs.
Right, but look, but one song that I have been playing a bunch since that whole live because Diddy played it is All About the Benjamins. That's got him back in the rotation in the past week ever since that live. Because it's like that bounce, man. So who y'all got? All About the Benjamins versus Money Ain't a Thing.
Oh shit! Oh, All About the Benjamins. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I love JD, but no, I'm definitely taking All About the Benjamins now.
Yeah, I gotta take All About the Benjamins.
Definitely gotta take All About the Benjamins. Benjamins is like that's like one of the greatest. Just the way that they switch up like Biggie's last verse to where he's rapping over a different beat than the rest of the song. The way Lil Kim comes on. Jadakiss Chic, the way Jadakiss wrote Puff's verse, like that whole song that might be like a top 10 rap song all the time, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not mad at that take at all. And that's tough because that's like JD's best record that he's rapping on. So yeah.
He raps on Welcome to Atlanta too.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, I say okay. Well, Welcome to Atlanta is good, but it's like his biggest. It's like biggest versus best. I think Money Ain't a Thing. It's like what you kind of say it's his best / biggest. If that makes sense.
His best song as a lead artist. Yeah, I'm trying to think what songs was he on as an artist outside of. He was on I'm trying to think. Yeah.
A lot of remixes, So Def remixes.
Yeah. But he wouldn't really have a lot of full verses like that often, though. Like he might like a hook or
something. I know y'all remember that I think she liked me remix.
Yeah. Oh no, I forgot it until Bow Wow brought out the whole So Def on stage at his verses. I'm like, bro, this don't count as your dang song. And then he did the Huey song, do that thing, girl, mama. I'm like, Bow, I did not even know you did a remix. I feel like remixes and verses, bro, it should literally be like Andre 3000, Walk It Out.
Yeah.
That's like it. Like, if your remix was known, Travis Scott, Uber Everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, your remix has to be as big, if not bigger than the song. R. Kelly's remixes, but I know you can't say that name. But,
the nasty man from Chicago.
Yeah.
Right. I was at work, and so it was the dude across the street from my job. Like, I work at this restaurant in Buckhead, and it's right across the street from a train station, from one of the MARTA stations. So, it'd be a lot of like homeless people, random people out there. So the dude was just outside with a stereo, just playing R. Kelly music. And, it was so crazy because I heard some songs that I ain't heard in like 2-3 years. And I was just like, dang, we really got to cancel this, huh?
Bro, they played it was in a DJ, bro, like a couple years ago, and the DJ, he was in the mix, he was in his bag. It was some couple records, everybody dancing, and then there's boom, down, boom, down. I was like, hey, and then people started booing. I'm like, why is they booing? Like, I'm give it that toot, and I hear that beat. Like, that song hard, bro. I don't care. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Someone tweeted that. Who tweeted that? I think it was like Coyle Ray or someone like that. They're like, be real, y'all. Y'all still playing R. Kelly? Oh no, it was Jade. It was Jade that tweeted that. And then everybody was like, absolutely not, and stuff like that. But
Jay who?
It is Jade. She's like a reporter, a local reporter.
Oh.
Yeah,
bro, he was playing Happy People. Bro, I'm about to sit there and start two-stepping, bro. Like,
yeah. No, listen, it just really upsets me because it could have been like any other R&B singer. Like, I would have been cool, bro. Like, you could, like, if Joe or like Avant or somebody like that, I would have been straight, bro. Y'all don't have that many songs that I like. Y'all might have like 4 or 5. Bro, R. Kelly got like a good, like, 25 to 30, 35 songs that I genuinely like. And it's like, fam, the problem with R. Kelly's music is that he talks about sex so much. It's not even a situation where you can separate the art from the artist. Like, if you...
I believe I can fly.
Come on. It's that and, like, The World's Greatest. I'm trying to think what other songs he got that you could really just ignore that's not about sex. Like,
Imagine what
That's really good.
I did in the studio that night after I Believe I Could Fly.
Wow, the engineer was probably crying tears while he was recording it. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like this, hearing that for the first time, like,
And then he ended up making the song by a 13-year-old the next song.
right.
Like, it's like, that's what I was saying. Like, engineer just like, bruh, like, that was it. And he like, all right, bet. Hey, bring the girls in. Hey, send that over to universe. Send that to who they need to go to.
Bro, this man made feeling on your booty. Like, he is a legend. Like, I don't listen to his music no more, so it's almost I gotta treat him like he's dead, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man, I wish that anybody else but R. Kelly, bro, it would have been cool. Not cool, obviously. I don't want no young girls to get, but I just wish that if it did have to happen, like, bro, I wish it was another R&B singer that did this shit.
So like, have y'all stopped listening to T.I.?
I mean, I ain't listen to that much T.I. now anyway. Like, I'll catch like a random song on a playlist or something like that, but like, I'm not really going back to old T.I. like that anyway.
Yeah. I ain't gonna cap. Like, certain stories I don't really be like really indulging in. Like, so I don't really even know what's going on. Why can't we listen to T.I.? Like, something happened with him and his wife?
Yeah, they're like, alleged. I don't know much about it, but I just know like there's like a lot of allegations against him from a lot of different people. It's kind of like I guess you would say like a Deshaun Watson type of deal and Bill Cosby type of deal where you don't know if it's true or not, but like the allegations keep piling up and keep piling up. And, when they asked him about it on Revolt, he was like, the Federal Bureau of Investigators, they conducted a full-on out investigation. You think if the FBI would have dug and found something, they would have found something? So, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Those situations are always tricky.
Yeah, you said Bill Cosby. It's just all allegations. So I love it. I see.
I mean, when he was in court, it was just allegations. Did he even plead guilty to anything?
Nah, that's how he got off.
Nah, he had said in the deposition that he did some of that stuff. He got out because they had made like I want to say somebody in the persecutor had made like a promise, like behind closed doors, that if he made these if he said this in a deposition, they wouldn't be able to use it in court or something like that. He basically got out on like a technicality. But
I know that it was like they wanted him to plead guilty to something, like admit guilt to something. And they wanted him to take a deal because they didn't think he was going to get out. So he would have had to admit full guilt. And he was like, nah, I'm not doing that. So, and because he was like, if I admit full guilt, then my deal's off the table. So, yeah. But hey, the system worked for who we want to work for. But
at the end of the day, you just got to make sure you're not trying to buy NBC. You know what I mean? That's really
exactly.
Or
bro.
get traded.
Facts.
Hey, you know what I mean?
But
don't buy NBC or get traded.
That's wild. You can't request a trade. That's crazy. Dang, I forgot all about that until you said it. And I'm like, wow. Why do they do those like that? Well, I don't want to say that because then people gonna be, oh, you know, no, don't do that.
Nah, listen, man. I don't think 22 just popped out of that. The timing was bad, but he might just be a nasty man. Who knows? You know what I mean? The rumors might be true. I don't know.
He's getting like what? How many massages a week? He's getting like 14 massages a week or something like that, bro. I'm like, bro, like, how can you even? Nah, I don't know if it was like 14. It might have been like, but 6 or whatever. Anything above like 5 a week. Monday through Friday. That's part of your routine, Monday through Friday, to get a massage. I think that's acceptable. Anything past 5 is like you tweaking.
Hey, girl, always asking where you going. Babe, I gotta go get this massage.
My shoulder.
Practice was a little rough today.
It's off season. What do you? No, it's just starting to act up a little bit.
Well, I could do it. No. You good. Your hands. Sometimes you be $1 million arm. I don't want to.
For real.
That's a nasty situation.
Shout
Man.
out to Jilly. Shout out to Jilly. But I guess is there anything else? Anything else before we wrap?
Did y'all listen to Lil Nas X's new album?
I did not.
I did not actually.
I heard the new snippets of the new single with the video. I did hear that though.
How did it sound?
It sounded like, like Lil Nas X, like he's just so out there, he's got so many bags, so many different lanes and stuff. That it's just, he's just a talented dude for sure. And then he just makes good music. He makes good music. Thing is, it's just all the antics. I don't really like his antics. And it has nothing to do with just like his sexuality, because I know a lot of people jump to that. Oh, it's because his sexuality. No, he just like, he doesn't need it. He doesn't need to do those antics. Like 6ix9ine, he might have had to do those antics because a lot of his songs started to sound the same after a while. Soulja Boy had to do those antics because like people weren't trying to listen to Soulja Boy in 2021. Like so-and-so 50 Cent had to do those antics because Kanye ended his career in 2007. Like Lil Nas X doesn't have to do those antics,
I mean, I feel like other than Boosie, like that Boosie situation, like other than that, I don't feel like their dislike for him wasn't because he was gay. Nobody really cared. Or like, he was part of the LGBT community. But it's like, I don't know, like with him, as you said, just the antics of...
Nobody's hating on McConan.
Facts. I mean, everybody's also listening to McConan, so...
I was gonna say, I don't think anybody's talking about McConan, period, right now.
Yeah, bro, when you said McConan, I don't know. I really had to think. That's why I paused for that. I'm like, McConan. Like, okay, yeah. But nah, nobody really worried about him. But for real, I feel like with that whole the devil thing and the Satan, like, and just the videos, I don't know. It's just also I don't rock with it.
And the performance.
I didn't see the performance. The one he actually performed naked
at the VMAs. Well, nah. But it was, I don't know what it was, bro. But I know when I watched it, I was like, oh, cuz tripping. That was my reaction. I was like, cuz tripping, bro. Because, I didn't watch the video with Jack Harlow. Like, I seen clips or whatever because they pop up. But, like I, purposely kind of was like, I'm not giving this to click because that's what he wants. He wants to click. And
right.
But like, yeah, I seen the VMA performance because I like the song. Like I heard it on the radio and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is a good song. And the Jack Harlow verse and the I'm on Oklahoma. I'm like, oh, okay, I like this song. So I click on to watch the performance. I'm like, yo, this man, like, he tripping, he wilding, bro. Like he didn't have to do all this.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm not like a big like Lil Nas X fan. Like I'm not really listening to his music or anything like that. But I do kind of like. I kind of like artists that kind of push the edge a little bit. Like I know it might ruffle some feathers, and it's not for everybody. Some of his stuff is not for me. But I just like the fact. I respect the fact that he's even willing to put himself out there like that, like the videos or. It's just not like the status quo, like super generic. Mm-hmm. Pop music video, like a lot of these music videos now, even if it's not always something that is for me or anything like I'm not trying to watch, I can respect the artistic integrity of the video, but I'm not really trying to watch a bunch of naked dudes dance in jail. Like, you know what I mean? But I just respect the fact that he would even step out there because, like, take somebody like Ariana Grande or, I don't know, Ed Sheeran or somebody like that. Like, they're not making these crazy videos like this or stepping outside of the traditional music video, you know what I mean? So I just respect that element of it.
No, I do agree with that. I think I feel like he pushes to the edge and then go over the cliff sometimes. It's like, man, if you would have just kind of held it back just a little bit. But, that's why I brought him up because I saw his Breakfast Club interview. I didn't watch the whole thing. But I was like, okay, it gave me like I don't know, it gave me a different little perspective of it, you know. I think it sometimes just interviews humanize people, so it makes you like kind of, you know, actually rock with them a little more. But yeah, I feel I wanted to give it a listen. I ain't gonna lie, just I was curious. I'm like, what are you actually gonna bring on this album? But I heard the Jolene clip, and I was like, this ain't for me. So I was like, this, I'm good.
I saw the headline and was like, yeah, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, shout out to Dolly Parton, shout out to him. I was just like, I don't need that cover.
Yeah, for real. And then but what made me want to listen to it because the fact that he named it after his real name. So I was like, okay, maybe he might, you know, this may be, because I'm like, you do that, that's when you actually gonna usually get kind of deeper. But I didn't hear the first album, so maybe he got deep on there, you know, but yeah, it just seemed like it's the most in his music, the most industry plant stuff, you know, like in a sense, it's like they sampled a Nirvana song for his song Panini. You know, it's just like it's not like good samples. It's just because he has the backing to do it, he's doing it, you know? So yeah. It's hard for me to want to support him. I might give it a listen if something comes across, but yeah, I ain't gonna listen to it as of right now.
Shout out Lil Nas X, shout out Doja Cat, because I was, you know, just thinking about pop albums this year that were kind of like, wah. But, you know, like, since they're the biggest pop stars, they're going to get played on the radio and everything like that. So shout out to both of them, fellas, going around. If everybody could give out their socials and where people can find you guys.
Underscore Jelani, JELANI, 2 underscores at the end.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at RBMo __, and find me on Apple Music or anywhere else you listen to music as Mo Knows.
RashadMillan.com. You can follow me on Twitter at free. Do something with Kennedy Carter. Do something with Kennedy Carter. This is the road to 2K subs. If you are new to the channel, I appreciate you guys so much. Have a great day. Have a great night. Whatever you're watching, just be safe. All that good stuff. Until next time.